Next up is Dan Goldman. Dan is a writer, artist, etc., telling stories in video games, comics, and animation. His work has been honored by Emmy and Eisner Award nominations, but this is his favorite and first fellowship.
Hi, my name's Dan Goldman. You heard that part. Writer, artist, you heard that part too. I'm also the grandson of Holocaust survivors. My project is called MONSEY BLUES, and it's a webtoon. I should do that, shouldn't I? My project is called MONSEY BLUES. It's a webtoon that speaks to synagogue shootings by white nationalists using Talmudic debate and righteous Old Testament wrath. MONSEY BLUES is a Haredi noir Western. It's the hats. But it's set now in the mostly Jewish enclave of Monsey, New York, and it takes place over the 9 days that lead up to Tisha B'Av. Rendered in grayscale, the comic will feel like 30s film noir. It'll smolder, but it'll have smartphones, payas, and AR-15s. It's a story about a cantor and his young bar mitzvah son. All right, wait. So raise your hand if you don't know what a webtoon is. It's okay, don't be afraid. All right, let's fix that. So you have your phones? This is a live demo. So scan the QR code, and if you don't know what that means, go to monseyblues.com. You can do that too. And I will explain. So what a webtoon is a digital native comic book, right? Or a graphic novel, or whatever fancy thing we call it. But instead of being a comic made of pages, it's an infinite scroll. You can read it with one finger. You hold it in your hand, right on the train, just boop, 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 take in the whole story that way. Okay, speaking of story, let's get back to it. So our cantor says to his son, here's the situation. There's just been this horrific shooting. You're going to go to yeshiva by day, and then by night, you and I are going to go to the shooting range outside of town, and we're going to learn to shoot and to kill, to defend our family and our congregation and our community. And his son can't really square that with like studying Gemara every day. I mean, thou shalt not kill, right? But this really forms a schism between the two of them, but it doesn't really matter for very long because eventually it's Eicha, it's Tisha B'Av, and during the Eicha service, that same white nationalist group that's been doing shootings around and live streaming them online, they show up in the middle of synagogue, in the middle of the service. And what follows brings our cantor to his knees before God, literally, and it turns our little yeshiva boy into an angel of vengeance. Oh, I should have been doing that the whole time. These are some, sorry, these are pictures from it. All right, so how did this start? What's the genesis of the project? Monsey Blues started with a link. My father sent me this link on WhatsApp that he got an article of some like Jewish boomer WhatsApp thread that he's on. And the article, the headline was 10 pistols you can conceal in your tallis bag. And I was just like, wow, I spiraled from that. To me, that's totally un-Jewish. It goes against God. That's how it seemed to me. I mean, I don't even kill spiders, So during my research, I learned about pikuach nefesh, right? The Gemara says that you may kill in order to continue to live. Then I went to Monsey. I went to Monsey a couple times. And the first thing that I saw there were I started to notice these stickers. Concealed carry permitted, and these little green stickers with these pistols on them. Guns are allowed. Guns are welcome. I saw these stickers when I went to Davin. I saw these stickers on the doors of the shuls, on the minion factories. And I got home, I started reaching out to other people in the wider Haredi community. Brooklyn, Los Angeles, Boston, Texas, no-brainer, but it turns out they're all packing. Not all, but a lot of people are packing. This is common now and justified. It's awful, but it's real. And what I started to understand is that this community, they're not like passive shtetl lambs at all. And that's where Monsey Blues found its ending. So here's my plan. I'm going to serialize the work, starting pretty soon. I'm finding my wings. You can look at the art. You can see my demo. There's going to be a lot more of it. The story, it will be probably about 70 to 80 pages in total, but pages gets funny when you're scrolling. Anyway, we're going to serialize it on the two main Webtoon platforms, which is Line Webtoon and Tapas, and then on my own, like my author Substack, my personal one. And I'm also planning translations to bring this to other markets as well. These two Webtoon platforms reach all over the world. Millions, hundreds of millions of users. I didn't check that number, but it's a lot. So, beyond that, I'd love for a physical book to exist. I'd like it to be a leather-bound print edition, kind of like an art scroll Talmud, you know? So faux leather, embossed, gold foil, and then you open it up, and it's full of this amazing, intense comic book experience. On top of that, when I wrote Monsey Blues, I wrote it as a screenplay. And so while I'm adapting it into little pictures, I also think it would be a great film. So can we talk? That's the ask, right? Monsey Blues presents something that I have never seen in media before, and I consume a lot of media. And it's this simple idea that I think is very right now. Jews have survived persecution for literally millennia, but this moment in America is kind of new. If you come after Jews in America, know that we shoot back. I'm not being funny. Like, this is America for us too. Don't think you can mess with us. I want Monsey Blues to reach Jews and non-Jews with this message. So folks in publishing, film, TV development, journalists, podcasts, please come talk to me. I'm looking for potential partners. I want to get the word out. I want to get the word to jump from media to medium to medium. Thank you to the Maimonides Foundation, and I should mention I am also available for bar and bat mitzvahs.